So, you can probably tell from my recent post, I'm getting kind of into Max Stirner's quote-unquote philosophy. Um, I've been aware of Max Stirner for as long as I've been an anarchist, and I've been intrigued in his work for as long as I've been an anarchist. But I never actually read The Unique and Its Property until recently. Or if you're a dumb loser, The Ego in Its Own. Um, and I really liked it. You know how you'll hear about hippies who are like, why do we use all these labels, man? Max Stirner was the king of that shit. He started that shit. Um, didn't really start it. He probably didn't inspire the fucking 1970s hippie movement. That was a joke. But Max Stirner's concept of ownness and the concept of owning one's own self took hating labels to the extreme. And I realized from actually reading his book how many people who call themselves egoists aren't egoists by virtue of calling themselves egoists. Adding an ist or an ism defeats the entire purpose of Max Stirner and his philosophy. And he didn't even like the word philosophy. I'm using philosophy because I'm not as based as he is. He would fucking detest me for calling it a philosophy. But Max Stirner wasn't an anarchist. He was Max Stirner, and only Max Stirner. He wasn't an egoist. He was Max Stirner, and only Max Stirner. If you devote yourself to a cause above one's own individual ego, that's a spook, quote-unquote spook. I'm not going to pretend I completely understand his work yet. I've heard from an egoist friend of mine who I really trust, and yeah, I'm using the word egoist. I'm not as based as he is. But I heard from an egoist friend of mine who said spook is actually a mistranslation of something. Like, I can't remember what it was, but spook is not actually an accurate term that Max Stirner would have used. But, for lack of a better word, because there was an equivalent, he would, you can probably hear my dogs in the background. He would, say devoting yourself to a cause is devoting yourself to a spook. And, an abstraction. Something that you hold above yourself. And anarchists have a cause, so he wasn't an anarchist. Philosophy has a cause, so he's not a philosopher. Egoism is a cause, so he's not an egoist. Anyways, yeah, I just learned from reading his book that essentially 99% of everyone who has egoist, post-leftist, or a variation of in their bio. And God, I hate the fucking phrase anarchist without adjectives, by the way. Bitch, that is an adjective. You made an adjective in an attempt to skip adjectives. Anyone who has anything like that in their bio and claims to, like, be an egoist, they probably really haven't read the work. This is why I don't have anarchist in my bio anymore, because I was kind of inspired by that. I hold myself above all else, and that is a form of selfishness. We love because it makes us feel good. I don't only care about myself, but the other things I care about outside of myself, I care about because of how I interact with them and what they mean to me, the individual, the ego that is Mildred. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to, I don't really talk philosophy much. I just wanted to talk about this because Max Stirner, has been really interesting me recently. I hope my vocal tick wasn't too annoying during this video. Anyways, peace out, y'all.